Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Trini FX here, back with another trade recap today. Today is what, the 15th of June, Monday. So, as we see in here, going off of the weekly time frame, if you recall, Friday we were delivering from this weekly fair value gap. And coming into Monday, we kind of see what the market is giving us with NFP week. Monday is normally a kind of wait and see day for me. But delivering off of this weekly fair value gap, we drop down to the daily to see what the day is doing. And if you recall, on Friday, this was Thursday, this is Friday, we took out Thursday's high, and I was waiting to really see how we will trade as we move back into this bearish daily fair value gap, right? Looking for price to revert back to all-time highs. One of the things that I looked for over the weekend with the peace deal, etc., we expected some sort of movement. And as we saw the market from get-go opened higher. Okay, so let's dive down into Monday's trading here and see how we could have formed a trade. So stepping into the 4-hour chart, we could see this big opening from last week's close. Price opened up and immediately rallied. So we had this big gap presented itself during the Asia session, going down into a 1 hour time frame. So we can see the market just rallied from Asia into London, forming this tiny 4-hour bullish fair value gap. So coming into market open, you know how we do, we mark off New York opening time. So we take price from here. This to me sets the tone of the day, whether it's bullish, bearish, etc. And right before market, we're going down into a 15-minute time frame. We could see price rally and then sort of accumulate in London. And as we reached the market open at 9:30, my expectation was that price will remain bullish. If you go back to the hourly time frame for a second, this high was the draw on liquidity. So that was the high that initially I would have been aiming for. If the market did not get there, we had this hourly gap that we could have traded into. So let me just mark off those for you so it will be a visual in the chart. So this is 9:30 here, and the immediate fair value gap would have been this one here. Let me just change the color for you. Right. So this here would have been the immediate draw, and we'll see how price reacts here if we were able to get up to the high, which we see eventually price did take it out. So dropping into a 50-minute chart. When I sat down at the chart around 9:20, what I really wanted to see, guys, was price trade down into this 15-minute bullish fair value gap and then rally. So I look for a Judah swing, open, low, and then rally. So it'll accumulate on a lower time frame, manipulate lower, and then rally. So that's where AMD comes in for me, and that's how I look at the chart. So we had this 4-hour fair value gap. We saw price disrespecting all the bearish PDRAs and then retraced 8:30. We came down. So I was waiting to see what price will do. If price will just rally into that hourly gap, or if it will give us a retracement into this 15-minute fair value gap. So on market open, when I saw price, it did not reach down into this 15-minute fair value gap, but it started to rally. I dropped to the 5-minute chart to see exactly what was taking place. And if we could see very ever so slightly, price dipped into this gap here. Let me highlight it for you. It's a very small um, gap right here, five on the 5 minute chart. So price dropped down into this, and then I dropped to the 1 minute chart to see if we could have found some sort of confirmation entry for us to get long. So as price opened, it dipped down into this 5 minute fair value gap. It couldn't reach down into the 15, but then price rallied, left this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Let's just highlight that here. So when I saw price rallying away and continuing to go, I was waiting for a retracement, right? And when I saw the retracement, from this high to this low, about 50% of this range back into a discount. The price did not get back into 50%, but it was close enough. So as it retraced into this 1 minute fair value gap, I waited to see the reaction. Once price closed above, that's where I took my entry. I took my entry as it traded above this candle. I put my stops right below the candle that formed the fair value gap. And really and truly, I was targeting all-time highs right here on the left. This was the 1 hour fair value gap that we had to pass through first. So I waited to see how price reacted at that particular candle. And once price traded up, came back down, and started to deliver, I trailed my stop, and I got out for about 60 points as it hit the fair value gap on the hourly chart, which would have been the higher one. So we had another fair value gap there. So as it reached the higher fair value gap, and I'll show you my execution after. As price traded up to this gap here, that is where I got out for about 60 or so points. I'll show you my execution. So I took more or less a 1-to-1 risk to reward, and I was it for the day. As we could see, price did rally up and did clear out those the high, this high here. So as we go into NFP, we have to just take a look at how price continues to trade. So once we hit that high, we see we just continue to consolidate for the rest of the afternoon, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Let me just show you the execution here. So this is my execution. This was the hourly chart, the fair value gap on the hourly time frame. Remember I told you I got in here as price broke above this candle that traded down into this 1 minute fair value gap. So as it traded there and I saw price rally above, I took my trade and I got out as price hit the bottom of that 1 hour fair value gap. So that was the trade. Stop loss was right below that candle that formed the 1 minute fair value gap, and I was done for the day. So I didn't need to really continue trading for the day. I took my win, I exited, and that was it for the day. Tomorrow we'll see what price gives us, but that's the trade recap for today. I hope you found some value, and what I look for from the weekly going down to the daily, hourly, 15-minute. Just to sum it up, I look for the direction from New York Open to see where price is delivering. If it's I look for the AMD model, so it accumulates in Asia. London either gives us the low or the high, and I look for New York to distribute. What I have found, if Asia, let's say for this example, Asia was bullish from get-go, London was bullish, I tend to see price continue in New York. So that's what I was looking for, a continuation in New York, and it did deliver. That's the recap for today, guys. I hope you found some value. Please like, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow for another trade recap. Until then, stay safe. I'll talk to you guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.